I think I am very impressed with the way my boys play right from the beginning of the whistle. Kotoko is always a big team. They come with big players. So the whole week, all I've been trying to do is psych my boys up, let them understand that they're going to go play with players just like them and not the name Kotoko. Because in the first round, we got beaten because my boys were a bit afraid. They sat back. They were afraid to leave the spaces for Kotoko to attack. So we just did more psychological work now. We did technical and tactical because pretty much they are very good players. All they needed was that belief that they could beat Kotoko. So we did a lot of psychological work, and I think that it paid off. In the game, we saw them playing very comfortably. They showed that technically they are very good, and tactically they understand the game, and they took the game to Kotoko and they beat them 3-1. It is massive for Vision Football Club. I think this is the second time that Vision is playing Kotoko in a very competitive game, and for Vision to beat Kotoko 3-1, it's huge news. These are young lads that have come from Division 2, and some are from coach levels and stuff. For them to be able to stand up to Kotoko, be fearless, and play the way they did, I think that it's a good and resounding victory for the club. Yeah, if you talk about top level, yes, top level football, this would be my biggest win, because I've played a few international tournaments where I've been able to beat teams like Chelsea and Liverpool, like 6-1, 4-1, that type of thing. But in Ghana Premier League, this is my the biggest win. For me, it's a fantastic win. I can drop my shoulders, I can relax, I can breathe, because if you're going to go play against Kotoko, you get a lot of phone calls, you get people telling you Kotoko, you say, try to scare you and all of that. But for the boys to be able to go to the battlefield and play the way they did and have that resounding victory, I think that yes, I'm very happy as a coach that I've been able to beat not just Kotoko, but even Karim Zito, who is a very good and renowned football coach here in Ghana. I think that I can drop my shoulder and be happy for this win. Personally, I'm very demanding of myself. So I will not say that the season has gone well, personally, but it has gone well for Vision. Let me say that because Vision is a new club. This is their debut in the Ghana Premier League. For them to be able to get to 11th in the position, I think it's a huge feat that Vision has been able to achieve. I think that we can build on it. We know our weaknesses, we know our strengths. I think we'll build up on our strengths, but then we'll try to develop the weaknesses very well, come into next season, and then probably even try to play much better than we have this season. I think first and foremost, the first question, I'll break it into two. For me, as a coach, every coach wants titles because that's what defines you. So personal ambition, one day, I'm not saying next season, next 2 seasons, but it would be nice to be champion of Ghana. That would really be good. For me, it's a good feeling as a coach. But secondly, on the other hand, I would have to talk to management. Management every season would have to give me my target so that I can, if management tells me that go and be part of the top 4, there's a certain type of recruitment we're going to make. If they say go and win the league, there is another recruitment that you're going to do. But until then, I will not be able to tell. This season, I think the only thing management told me was that stay in the league. It doesn't matter your position, stay in the league. Build on your tactical plan. Let's see who can do it, who cannot do it. The following season, let's see who we can bring in, what we can do. So pretty much there wasn't any pressure in terms of winning the league or being part of the top 4. It was a personal ambition. But management is satisfied so far, because I remember my boss calling me 3 days ago and saying that, Coach, yeah, this is all I wanted you to do. I wanted you to be in the league. You are in the league. I don't care what happens against Kotoko. Go there, free-minded, go and play your game. And that's exactly what the boys have come to do. So I'll go to them for the second target. Now, in the game, I think that the whole week, all we've been trying to do is work on overloads, especially in the middle of the field. We know that Kotoko has very good midfield. When they put the ball down, they are able to play, break your lines and all that. So every time we start playing, the idea was to play a box system in the middle. But we do it with movement. So we set up in a 4-3-3, but then depending on where the ball goes. So for example, if the ball goes to the left back, then the right winger would have to drop into the middle of the field so that we can have the box and then dictate against their 3 that were in the middle. So we had 4 people. So it was very easy breaking their lines, especially in the first 20 minutes. We broke the lines, we got into their final third a lot of times. You realize that in the first half, I think they had 2 shots. The first one, goalkeeper saved. Second one was the deflection that went into goal. But if you look at the overall play, my boys dictated play. They knew when to go, when to relax, when to invite Kotoko into the middle of the field and go wide, and we did it perfectly. So you realize that Sanja, who was on the right side, was getting space more on the right side because the winger would pull the fullback in, open that area, and every time Sowa gets the ball, it means that it was a cue for Sanja to get forward. We did that. Unfortunately, we couldn't get a goal. Went back into the dressing room. We showed them Kotoko their strength, especially when they are building up. When they are building up, they go to the left. You get their number 8 dropping down for the ball, and usually our midfielder was not following him. So he had a free, he was winning, he was turning, he was playing. All we wanted to do was let Kotoko play in their own half, force them to go back. So you realize that in the second half, the energy they brought into the game was different. I also told them about the age difference in terms of us and them. Kotoko they are aging, so they can't run, really. When they run a bit, 50 minutes, 60 minutes, they get tired. They try to cool the game and play. We were not supposed to cool down the game. We were supposed to press them, force them to take the ball back, and once we win the ball, we take the ball to the wide, bring it in. And when you cross the ball up, they are able, because they have tall goalkeepers, tall centre-backs, put the ball on the ground, you realize that we got the goals from there. So I think that my boys did really well. That was the only tactical plan that we brought into this game. They want to improve. They want to be good assets for the national team, so they're going to stay. Now, in terms of Ghana Premier League, I did say that we can improve on our tactical play. I said this before, we can improve on our tactical play. If I ask any of you journalists to tell me the game plan for most of these Ghana Premier League, you'll be able to tell me. But if I ask you to tell me how Chelsea plays, they have a culture. Real Madrid has a culture. Barca has a culture. Most of these teams, they have culture. So we sit here, we enjoy the way they play. That's exactly what I want to see in the Ghana Premier League. If somebody is able to build a certain system, use the system, it is up to us, the rest of the coaches, to sit back, look at what they're doing, see how we can counter it. I think that it brings that competition. So that you see Guardiola bringing in a certain game plan. Everybody wants to learn. Everybody wants to do the same thing. Immediately you counter it, he tweaks something a little, he keeps winning. The same thing I think that we should be able to do. Every club in Ghana should build a certain culture. Where even if you're a Route 1 type of team, there has to be that culture where I play Route 1, somebody wins the first ball, somebody is playing the second ball, there's run from the wide area. Whether it's the tiki-taka type of play, whatever that you want to do, but build a culture and let that culture be clear enough so that we'll be able to do. I think that Ghana football can improve on a lot of things, but once we have more time, I think we'll be able to talk more. The Ewo fans are fantastic. They've been with us throughout the season. We thank them, we bless them. We hope that next season we see them, they keep supporting us. Keke.